and we try to get closer to this unattainable woman. But the reality is that we'll never get there because it's an unrealistic expectation. You can't be a perfect mother because motherhood is not an idea. It's a real relationship, and no human relationship is perfect. Welcome to Mothering from Within, the podcast where we dive into the heart of parenting during those magical yet challenging first few years. I'm Kaili Ets, a mama of two, a pediatric occupational therapist, and your guide on this beautiful journey of motherhood. Every week, we explore the wonders and hurdles of motherhood with curiosity, we gain clarity around our babies, and find the courage to trust our instincts. If you are a mama who wants to do motherhood your way, confidently, courageously, authentically, then you are in the right place. So grab a cup of tea, tuck those little ones in for a nap, or bring them along for the ride. It's time to get curious, gain clarity, and unleash your courage to do motherhood your way. A gentle disclaimer. Please do not consider anything discussed on this podcast by myself or any guest of the podcast to be medical advice. The information is provided for educational purposes only and does not take the place of your own medical or healthcare provider. Let's have a real talk about this whole idea of the perfect mother. You know her, right? She's the one who has it all together. Her hair and makeup are flawless even after a night of broken sleep. Her house is spotless and organized. Her children are always smiling, perfectly behaved and compliant. She crafts, cooks gourmet meals. Oh, and her baby never cries. She's endlessly happy, grateful, patient, loving, fulfilled, satisfied, composed, balanced, present, energized, and giving. She is dedicated to mothering 24/7, but is also economically independent with a perfect career. She has a screen-free household and endlessly plays with her children, doing a variety of different planned activities. She has a loving and intimate marriage and relationship. The perfect mother never feels apathy, frustration, impatience, anger, envy, regret, resentment, boredom, longing for life pre-motherhood, or loneliness. The perfect mother enjoys motherhood, and motherhood just comes naturally. And of course, she never doubts herself. Whew! How exhausting this gets, trying to meet all these criteria. No wonder we are stressed, overwhelmed, always feeling like we're failing, and why we have these really exorbitantly high rates of postpartum mood and anxiety disorders in our culture. The thing is, this always smiling, never tiring supermom who seems to have leaped straight out of a glossy magazine and into this playgroup is actually a mythical creature. She doesn't really exist. The perfect mom is a beautifully wrapped package of impossible standards. And chasing after her, it's like running on a hamster wheel. It's exhausting, never ending, and let's face it, it really gets us nowhere. Worldwide, mothers are overworked, underpaid, often lonely, and made to feel guilty about everything from epidurals to bottle feeding. More than half of parents feel that they are failing in the first few years of parenthood. And our society has so many rules and things that they deem right or wrong. So it's hard to not feel like you're failing if you aren't meeting those things. You feel like you're failing when you stress about every little decision, whether it is around feeding or caring for this tiny, helpless human in front of you. Questions like, what if I don't make it a full year of breastfeeding? Should I turn off the TV whenever she's in the room to avoid passive screen exposure? Is it okay for her to enter full-time care at 5 months? Those are all running through your mind. Of course, no one wants to feel like they are failing or that they're a bad parent. And a big part of the problem is our digital world and social media. From these internalized expectations that come from our upbringing, print media, social media, and even Hollywood has had an influence. all of these messages over time come together to form this perfect mom myth. Every time you scroll through social media, you watch a movie, it feels like you're the only one not living up to this sort of flawless ideal. But there's a big problem with seeking perfectionism. It's completely unattainable. But for some reason, we just keep trying harder and harder. And then the guilt comes in to motivate us to do even more and be even better. And we try to get closer to this unattainable woman. But the reality is that we'll never get there because it's an unrealistic expectation. You can't be a perfect mother because motherhood is not an idea. It's a real relationship, and no human relationship is perfect. Trust me, every single one of us is in the same beautiful, chaotic boat called motherhood. It's a ride full of messes, surprises, and yes, overwhelming moments, and that's perfectly okay. You will make mistakes. You will lose your patience, and you will torture yourself about all the things you think that you're doing wrong. But that doesn't mean you're not good enough. In your baby's eyes, you are perfect, just as you are. Breathe that in for a minute, and then let go of the idea of being the perfect mom. In the whirlwind of motherhood, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by conflicting advice and societal pressure. But deep down, you know what's best for your baby. I have a free hypnosis meditation that will help you reconnect with that inner wisdom and trust yourself to navigate motherhood with ease. You can download this from the show notes. The irony is that this quest for perfection may actually be harming your parenting ability. The harder you try to be a perfect mom, the more you essentially set yourself up for failure. The more time you dedicate to being a perfect mom, the less time you will have for being present for your child. The more energy you spend making the perfect, spotless home, the less energy you will have for yourself. This will then lead to feeling like a failure because you're not attaining some unachievable status of perfection. You actually have less confidence in yourself and your parenting abilities. You are more worried about what other people think about you and your parenting. And this worry leads to not trusting in yourself and essentially more stress in your parenting journey. Instead, we need to reframe this as the real mom, the one who is imperfect and good enough. Because really, we are all human and we have limitations. That's just part of the human experience. And this is a shift in perspective. It's acknowledging that the perfect mother is not one who never gets it wrong, but one who loves deeply, continues to learn and grow, and embraces her imperfections. The real mom is a warrior in pajamas with spit up stains on her shirt and love in her eyes. She makes mistakes, she learns, and she grows from them. She understands that sometimes just getting everyone fed is a huge win. The real mom knows that every day won't be perfect, and neither will she, and that's not just okay, it's beautiful. We live in a generation that tries to fit so much into each day that sometimes we lose track of the really important stuff. You see, good parenting has a lot more to do with the how than the what. Children don't need the perfect parent. They need to be loved, to feel safe, and to know that you're doing the absolute best that you can. Embracing our imperfections is actually one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves and our children. Show them that they're cared for, that they're loved, and that you are doing the best you can, even with all the mistakes and growth along the way. This is actually what teaches them resilience, empathy, and how to navigate this world that we live in that's far from perfect. And guess what? It starts with us. by being kind to ourselves. That's how we set the stage for a home filled with acceptance, support, and love in all of our human imperfections. The truth is, motherhood is messy. It's raw and it's real. It's laughing one minute and maybe really just crying your eyes out the next. It's about celebrating those small victories, like getting through a grocery run without getting a meltdown, yours or your little ones. Now let's talk a little bit about our babies and our kids. They also come with their own little preset package of temperaments and little quirks, and guess what? That's not on you. Whether they're a baby who sleeps through the night from week 1, or the one who's fussy, needs all the contact and support, and has decided that sleeping is for the weak, they're just wired that way, and that's totally normal. They are unique humans just like you and I. Some kids may find a loud birthday party to be overwhelming because of something in their wiring. And there may be nothing you can do to prevent them from crying when it's time to blow out the candles because they're just so overstimulated. Your child is human, and there are certain things that are programmed in their biology that have nothing to do with you. And though you can sometimes help with various interventions, accommodations, strategies, there will be other things that you can't necessarily prevent or shape the way that you might want to. That's just life. So whether we have a baby in the 5th percentile for weight or the 90th percentile, one child who walks at 12 months and another who doesn't take their first steps until 17 months, one who feeds beautifully and another one who spits up excessively after every feed. A large part of this is due to their unique makeup, not a scoreboard on your parenting. And yes, some of those things are red flags and you can find the cause. But your baby was born a certain way, and that is not a reflection on you. So when you feel that pressure, when those doubts creep in, when the whispers of "you're not good enough" try to take hold, just take a deep breath, laugh, and remember, in your child's eyes, you're already the best mom they could have. They don't need perfection. They need you, your love, your presence, your everything. And in those moments when you find yourself on the receiving end of unsolicited advice on how you should parent, you can respectfully set boundaries to let people know that you appreciate their concern and you'll consider their suggestion. And then just change the subject and move on. Smile and nod. When you make a mistake, recognize it, make amends or repair if needed, and then forgive yourself and move on. And don't underestimate the value of support. Sometimes just knowing that other parents are experiencing the same frustrations that you are can give you an emotional boost. Get curious about yourself, your triggers, and why you might be responding in ways that don't resonate with your parenting values. Now, I want you to take a moment to think about your own motherhood journey. Remember a time when you felt less than perfect. Got it? Now, give that mama a big metaphorical hug. Tell her she's doing an amazing job. Because guess what? That mama is you, and you're exactly the mother your child needs. So here's to you, to us, the real moms, doing our best and rocking this motherhood gig one day at a time. In our Mothering from Within collective, we celebrate the real, the raw, the beautiful. We acknowledge that we all have our own unique journeys, no matter how messy they get. So go out there and embrace your real, embrace your now, and know that you are absolutely amazing. Stains, tantrums, tears, laughs, and all. I'm sending you a big hug, Mama. You've got this, and you're absolutely amazing, just as you are. Thanks for joining us today on Mothering from Within. If today's chat sparked something inside of you, to explore your motherhood journey deeper. The Mothering from Within Collective is waiting with open arms. This program offers an intimate, high-touch coaching journey designed to empower you with the confidence and clarity to embrace motherhood on your terms, free from guilt. Get curious about your parenting values, gain clarity on your baby's sleep, development, and more. With comprehensive courses, one-to-one support, group Q&As, and a nurturing community. This is your invitation to join a community of mamas doing it all their own way. Supported, seen, and held. Visit the link in the show notes to learn more about the collective and how we can walk this beautiful path together. Until next time, stay curious, embrace clarity, and let your courage shine.